my God, is that the faces of the future? While we're speaking on sports and stuff, let's jump into the Monday Rundown news. So NBC News reported that a U.S. judge approves $2.8 billion settlement, paving the way for colleges to pay athletes millions. And it says in a fundamental shift to college athletics, as early as next month, schools will be allowed to share up to $20.5 million with athletes over the next year. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna read a little bit more of this article by the Associated Press, and then we can react and give our thoughts onto this. It says a federal judge signed off on arguably the biggest change in history of college sports Friday, clearing the way for schools to begin paying their athletes millions of dollars as soon as next month, as the multi-billion-dollar industry shreds the vestiges of the amateur model that defined it for more than a century. Nearly 5 years after Arizona State swimmer Grant House sued the NCAA and its 5 biggest conferences to lift restrictions on revenue sharing. It says U.S. Judge Claudia Woken approved the final proposal that had been hung up on roster limits, just one of many heads of amid concerns that thousands of walk-on athletes will lose their chance to play college sports. It says the sweeping terms of the so-called House settlement included approval for each school to share up to $20.5 million with athletes over the next year, and $2.7 billion that will be paid over the next decade to thousands of former players who were barred from that revenue for years. And this goes on to read a little bit more of the details of the agreement. And it says the scope of changes some have already begun in a difficult overstate. The professionalization of college athletics will be seen in high stakes and expensive recruitment of stars on their way to the NFL and NBA, and they will be felt by athletes whose schools have decided to pair their programs. The agreement will resonate in nearly every one of NCAA's 1,100 member schools, boasting nearly 500 athletes. So what's your initial reaction to the settlement that's going on or that happened?
That the fact that people are getting paid?
Well, that people are getting paid. One, not just that the settlement from 2016 to 2024, those athletes are going to get paid, but also that schools now on top of NIL can give up to $20.5 million to athletes.
I mean, I think it's a good thing for these young students, bro.
Yeah.
But I think the fact that now the budget has been set higher, they're definitely gonna have to implement like different things to like how these kids can like use this money, bro. Because like motherfuckers might crash out with this shit.
You think so?
The more money these kids get, bro, yeah. These niggas are still immature, bro.
Yeah, you talking about like crash out, just make big mistakes with all this money.
Yeah, that's what I mean by crash out. Yeah. Like I'm not saying like physically like crash out.
Do you think so though? Because like a lot of these a lot of these kids are getting this bread before they even get like. There's kids that are getting millions of dollars in high school at like 9th grade, 10th grade. So by the time they get to college, like you already been having.
No, you're right. But I'm saying, what about the kids that aren't getting it? That's not a lot of people that are getting bread in 9th, 10th grade.
You're right.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm talking about the kids that are just now getting it when they just now touching college. Like they're still, they experience life, but they're still immature, bro. Like they're still gonna be doing dumb shit. Like now I got fucking $5 million. To spend. I'm about to go do this. We about to go park. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You're on a college campus, bro. Like,
you're doing a lot of
you're gonna be doing
a lot of other things that factor into it.
Yeah, bro.
Do you think it's gonna be a high percentage of kids though?
No, I don't want to say. I mean, shit. Actually,
I said I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know because
you gotta think about when you're on campus, bro.
It's different.
It's different, bro.
Like also, now I kind of agree with you now because especially with how much clout is a thing.
Bro, niggas are not gonna give a fuck about the law. People are gonna be thinking they're okay. I'll just bail myself out.
Yeah,
and they're gonna be talking recklessly. I mean, I'm granted.
You know who I am. You know how much I'm making.
Right, But granted, there's gonna be. I don't want to like overlook like the people that are gonna be responsible for it and like take care of business. But like let's keep it a bean here, bro. You got motherfuckers that are essentially 17 to 23, 24, bro. Yeah. And let's say the basketball team's nice, the football team's nice, the softball team's nice.
Yeah.
You got a lot of motherfuckers with money just drawing now after games, bro. They're not, they're going to be taking care of the academics, but like, it's all about the aftermath, the extracurricular activities.
I mean, how do you think that's going to affect like school in general though? Like even just, we're talking about the money aspect, just like school in general, like kids like wanting to even just go to school and learn. Do you think that's gonna fuck up the academic aspect of college now too?
Shit, I feel like a lot of these motherfuckers are just online with it.
Yeah, true. I mean, a lot of people are online with it, but just even when it comes to like NIL, yeah, like the football players make a lot, but they say like the women's sports make a lot of money now too. Like they make
like
them
softball.
make more.
Softball got paid $1 million.
Yeah, softball and basketball, gymnastics makes a lot of bread too.
That's what I'm saying.
Like now that these other, I guess at times underrepresented like sports that weren't getting the funding that they were getting, now they're getting all this bread now from NIL in the school. It's like as a collective now, because before we just you see it from maybe like the hoopers or like the
everybody's or like the
paid, or like the football players may not really give a fuck about school because I'm just going to the league or whatever. But now
it's preparing these niggas for mini Hollywood, bro.
But now everybody now everybody's getting money, so it's like it's going to represent it from the haves and have-nots on campus.
No, that's what I'm saying. You're gonna see the rich and the poor, bro. You're gonna see all these people with money, but what about the kids that are just going to school, bro? Have to work 2-3 jobs, but we're in the same classes and shit like that.
Yes.
There's gonna be somebody in that pool that's gonna be like, "Fuck it, I'm risking it all."
Yeah,
you get what I'm saying?
Risk it on what way?
They have what I want.
Oh, you talking about stealing, whatever it may be?
I mean, you're gonna see that, bro.
No, yeah.
And then
it happened at Jackson State. What's the word?
Let's not even say the college students. Like a lot of these schools are right around like cities and communities.
Oh yeah, they gonna get
that
tried.
are like are technically poverty, bro.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And now you're driving around campus, and maybe you go a little bit outside of campus in your Lambo, you flossy and all that shit. You're going to get tried, bro. Yeah. And you're like I said, you're still immature, bro. So it's like there's gonna be, like you said, those growing pains in the beginning when people are really getting paid.
Do you think it's gonna be more beneficial or not as beneficial for the NCAA in general?
I mean, it's gonna be more. I mean,
because technically, because if you look at it, like the way I see it is like they're almost this is allowing them to invest more into their product without them investing more into the product. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to like the sports and all that type of stuff. So
like people are going to start paying for like personal trainers and stuff like. But you know what's crazy? I was watching something on Gilbert Arenas, like because about just trainers and stuff like that. Right. You know how like the fact that now, like you said, the budget's high and like you said, these players are going to get trainers. Yeah. But Gilbert Arenas was saying like these kids just need to just play. Like don't worry about having trainers and shit like that because that could low-key fuck you up later down the line. Yeah, type shit.
Give you not even just bad habits. It's like
right.
Like when it just comes like you.
Ken Martin said that. Shit.
You think you just doing this. You have to do it this way every time and limit your freedom, your creativity.
Oh hell yeah.
To be a certain type of player.
Right.
And it doesn't matter what sport you're playing, whether it's basketball or it's football, whatever. It's like if you're taught from a certain age, you have to do it this or you have to do. I feel like there's gonna be a lot of copy and paste out there in terms of
because think about it, everybody's gonna be under one academy. Like for example, like Clutch, everybody get signed to like Rich Paul, go to his trainers and all that stuff, and it's just like you said, it's gonna be a lot of copy and paste stuff to where it's like there's gonna be less in the creativity when it comes to like stylistic play.
No, for sure. And my biggest question too when it comes down to the actual product, they're investing into the product of the game, but when it comes to the competition on the field, I think it's going to get there one or two ways.
Oh, shit, the comp's going up.
Well, let's just say it could go one or two ways. You get the NBA effect where it's like, you know the hoopers and stuff. Some of the hoopers get a slack for, we're making too much money, so we don't care and our players are. No. As opposed to like, or you get the other side where it's like, we playing to get more dollars type of thing. Like
there's gonna be these boosters are gonna be putting bets on the line, bro. Oh, you get paid this much, bro? Yeah. Okay, cool. We'll double that if you do this, bro. Yeah. Or if you can three-peat, you know what I'm saying? Like
or the kids that aren't getting NIL deals like that or getting money like that from the school, they probably gonna try to grind harder too to get that bag.
You know what's crazy? It's funny you say that because I think he was a boost. The dude at Texas Tech. He went to Texas. He used to play football at Texas Tech. Now he's like an owner for some like company, and he was like the president of like the sporting funding and whatnot. And they were saying like how, how like right now it's the $20 million budget to where it's like for boosters and like outside share companies. There's no budget. So it's like that $20 million, there's a cap.
That's
but
it's school.
Like, it's just the school type shit. But everything outside, it's like that could be billions, bro. Yeah. So we're forgetting about that too. So that's what I'm saying, bro. It's really the wild, wild west.
You didn't put a salary cap on that to make it fair?
How can you though? How can you? You don't know who your outside sources are?
No, I'm saying though in terms of like salary cap, in terms of
you can only have limited like private investors type shit.
Yeah, kind of how they do in like professional sports, bro. They have like certain caps in terms of like contracts and all that type of stuff.
But then what would that be?
But yeah, that's a good question. I don't know what it'd be.
It's adding more dollars at this point.
Yeah, I mean, It's gonna get tricky, bro.
It's already.
My thing is like, is it also like, is that gonna be, what's the trickle down effect gonna be to the pro leagues? Like, because are these kids gonna start staying more in college or gonna try to get to the league? Because like, think about it. If you're in college, like we talked about one episode, Cooper Flag made $20 million his freshman year.
Hell yeah.
Now imagine like all these schools are getting bread now. This is a year after him, and like these players, like I'm going to the. Why do I need to go to the league when I'm making more right here than I am going to be making my rookie contract year? Why would I do that right now?
No, you're not.
Why not stay here, stack my bread? I can still get a deal with Nike, being in college, still prime time deal with Nike, getting in college, get a deal with Adidas, whoever may be in college. What do I need the pros for now?
I mean,
Why do I
I
need
on some like Pat Mahomes shit. The only thing they can offer is like ownership in like the teams.
Yeah, but I'm saying like I think that's gonna be.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think that's gonna be a better effect for the pro leagues too, because these guys are gonna come in more seasoned and developed too. Like whether it be
but I'm just saying, that's what I'm saying. As far as like football, it's already a grown man's league type shit, to where it's like I think this is actually good to keep these players like to stay back a little bit longer so they can develop and shit like that. Because like football's a little bit different, bro. Type shit.
And I'm speaking more so like basketball in terms of like when it comes to, because you know the NBA kids are coming in like 18, 17, whatever it may be.
Yeah, but at the same time, like, but they have the opportunity like to go play overseas and shit like that.
No, facts. But I'm saying in general in terms of just the maturity of the game. In terms of like kids will be coming in like they can really. Like they be coming in ready to just get off the rip. These coming in make an impact right away. Because a lot of these dudes in the NBA, unless you're like a top guy more times than not, you're working your way through whatever to get.
But that's that anomaly.
Yeah, but what do you mean?
Like a lot of these guys, like the guys that are like 18 coming in and like really making noise. Like there's probably how many people really do that?
Yeah, but I'm saying a lot of these kids are just leaving early because like they want to go get that bag. But I'm saying like in when it comes to basketball now,
do they
like,
though? Because I be saying I feel like these days. I mean,
nah, bro, a lot of these boys be 18.
I mean, if
one and done.
You're right, but that's if they have a breakout ass year though.
Not even though, bro. A lot of kids be going one and done, bro. That's the whole concept of.
You're right. You're supposed to go one and done.
As
but I'm saying
like
if you're not having to get, you can definitely say a few players that
like 2 years. I'm saying like year two, cool. But I'm saying like I think a lot more players are gonna be saying 3-4 is what I'm saying. I think these cats gonna be saying 3-4, bro.
If you're one of those breakout stars, yeah.
What you mean?
Like you said, like a Cooper Flag. Like, why would he go to the league?
Yeah,
but what if you're like, I mean, like, if you're average, not saying average Joe, but if you're a player that still needs development, you're gonna stay anyways, bro. You're not gonna go into the league.
But I'm saying if you're a player that doesn't necessarily need development, why do you need to go to the league?
I mean,
that's what I'm saying. Like,
I guess the market's bigger, bro.
How?
So NBA is not a bigger market.
I'm just saying, explain. Like, what do you mean by the market being bigger?
I mean, when it comes to the NBA and teams and everything around it, yeah, that's global compared to the NCAA.
Yeah, but if I still got to deal with Nike, bro, they can still push me globally as like you know what I'm saying, the next gen or whatever it is. And you're marketing in college, so when I get to the league, I already have a major fan base, and I'm easier to market now.
That's it. But that's if you're a breakout star, my nigga.
Not necessarily.
What you mean not necessarily?
Like you could be on a Nike affiliated team and they marketing y'all because they getting dollars put into that program.
Yeah, you can get a Nike check, but I'm saying that doesn't say that you're gonna be a global fucking star.
Yeah, but I'm saying like let's continue to use the Cooper Flag example. What I'm saying is like if I'm Cooper Flag and I'm making $20 million my freshman year, I know I'm gonna probably make more than that my sophomore year or whatever is coming back. It's like, why I don't need to necessarily make that jump. Nike can still market me as a superstar at Duke, whatever, wherever in the world.
But what's a bigger market, Duke or fucking the Dallas Mavs?
I don't know.
The Dallas Mavs.
How?
That's Texas, my nigga.
I'm saying market in what sense though?
Like the person, the player, the jersey, everything around it, bro.
But I'm saying Duke the university's everywhere. It's not just Dallas though, because you have the alumni, you have all this stuff everywhere, years and years in history of people, lineage that went to Duke. So if you're marketing him across the globe or across the nation, bro.
I mean, Duke's more across the nation versus the Dallas Mavs is across the globe.
Do you think I think Duke's a bigger brand than the Dallas Mavericks.
You think so?
Yeah, I think Duke's a bigger brand than Dallas Mavericks.
Bigger brand.
Yes, I think.
I don't think so.
I think Duke's a bigger brand than Dallas Mavericks.
They got Dirk Nowitzki? Hell no. Fuck no.
Yeah, I think Duke's a bigger brand.
Hell no. When Duke Dirk came to him,
Duke as a brand,
my
bro.
Nigga. Fuck no.
As Duke as a brand.
No. Even when Luka came, nigga.
Bro,
what the hell?
I think Duke,
and Kyrie.
Bro, I think
hell
Duke,
no. Hell no.
You think the Dallas Mavs are a bigger brand than Duke?
Fuck yeah.
I have to disagree.
Fuck yeah.
I have to disagree. I'm interested in what people think, but I personally just think they just based on the lineage they've been talked about for a longer period of time, all that type of shit.
You gotta see what the Dallas Mavs brought to the table. More global stars.
I get that. I hear you, but it's just like
versus just America.
How's it just America?
Duke, America. But Dallas Mavs,
bro.
Global.
Bro,
NBA, global.
How is Duke just America when you have people that
go to Duke
that are from different parts of the world, bro?
Respect.
That's what I'm saying. It's a university that people come from every part of the world to this university, then they go back to wherever they came from, whatever it may be.
You're right.
Then you also have, say you have NBA players that played at Duke that are in the league now that play. It's like, come on now.
But I'm still going to say fucking the Mavs, bro.
I don't know.
Nah.
I don't know.
No, I mean, clearly the Mavs are a bigger market than fucking the Duke University.
What do you mean a bigger? How is
the NBA is behind these niggas, bro? What the fuck,
bro? I think Duke's personally a bigger.
So if you're saying that, you're saying the NCAA is a bigger market than the NBA.
No, I'm talking about the brands themselves as the Dallas Mavericks versus the Duke Blue Devils.
Mavs won fucking world championships too. Now, come on now.
And Duke's won
American championship. We're talking about world championships.
How's that world championship? They're an American league.
Huh?
They're an American league.
We have global stars in this league.
There's global stars in NCAA
wait, so
too.
It's not a world championship.
Is
NBA a world championship or not?
They play American.
But they
call it the world championship.
All right, then why are you hating on the trophy?
They call NFL world championships too. But it's
okay,
but it's only American players for the most part.
Huh?
Majority of it's American players.
So there's not a lot of international players in the NBA.
What? I didn't say that.
We're talking about the NBA right now.
Yeah, I gave you that already. I'm not debating that. I'm not debating
what are we saying? It's a bigger market than the NCAA.
I disagree.
Yes, I disagree. Yo. He just said it's not a bigger market.
I'm talking about Duke in the Mavs. Duke in the Mavs. I disagree. Duke is a bigger brand than the Dallas Mavericks.
Okay.
This is my opinion.
How much money have they both brought in?
I don't know. I have to look.
I'm curious.
I'm about to look that up.
I'm curious because I'm saying I'm pretty sure the Mavs were probably bigger than Duke. No bullshit. If we're being completely honest.
Think so?
Yeah. These niggas run a city, nigga. You get me? These niggas run Dallas. The Cowboys and the Mavs, bro. Cowboys and the Mavs. But
money wise, valuation wise, Dallas is bigger valuation wise.
I know, nigga.
But in terms of just brand in general, do you think so? If you went down the street, you'd be like, "Have you heard of the Duke Blue Devils?" Versus like going down the street and saying, "Have you heard of Dallas Mavericks?" You think more people saying Dallas over Duke?
Where we at?
Anywhere, bro.
Like we're in a different country type shit.
Anywhere, yeah. It could be anywhere, bro. I'm just saying. You're walking down the street. Say, have you heard of Duke? Have you heard of Dallas? Or have you heard of the Mavericks? Have you heard of the Blue Devils?
That's gonna be a tough debate. I'm gonna say the Mavs, bro.
Okay.